So Jabari Smith Jr. has finally arrived. I think I said it before. I thought he had before, right? He gave us the pump fake where he was shooting it well. I think it was last season, and he had a little stretch, and we were like, okay, this is Auburn, Jabari Smith Jr. In the debate for the number one pick in the draft with Paolo and Chet. Okay, okay. And then he regressed, and then we were like, okay, maybe not. But then here he comes this year. And I would have to say something looks a little bit different about him this year. And I want to dive into that in this video. But before I do, this video was brought to you by Bridges and Stone's Family and Relationship Care. You know, mental health is becoming the new flex, right? Having the ability to communicate effectively with others, work through conflict, and building healthy relationships will take you further than that new car. Who knew? Get the support you need to get your relationships and life in order and start building the life you deserve for yourself. Contact Bridges and Stones for your free consultation and talk with a trained professional to support you in attaining the tools you are needing. Remember, none of us make it alone. The link is in the description box below. You know, Jabari Smith Jr., one of the things that I appreciated about him is that he has done something that many young basketball players do not understand the importance of. And I think a lot of it probably had to do with him having a father who had played in the NBA. Probably let him know, yeah, you're going to be the man in high school. Yeah, you're going to be the man in college. Cool, yeah. But when you get to the pros, it's a different beast. And you're going to be one amongst many. And you may or may not get the shot that you think you're going to get to become who you hope to be at this level. At this level. And so you better know how to do other things. Jabari Smith Jr. has been able to get to this point because he's been able to do other things. And I want to talk about that just for a split second before I get into what I'm seeing from him this season that is really standing out to me. Jabari Smith Jr. plays defense. And let me not understate this. There is talent in the NBA. And there are some talents that far supersede most talents. And those some talents are going to get the ball more than you. Your ability to contribute to winning is going to be the difference between you sitting at the end of the bench like a Cam Whitmore or being the first guy off the bench and a potential starter, likely starter one day, in Tari Eason. Your ability to contribute the rebounds, setting screens, blocking shots, diving on loose balls, hustling down the court, setting great backdoor screens and boxing out, calling out rotations and picks, being able to contribute in the myriad of ways that allow teams to be successful while you get yourself going is 10 times more important than you getting your offense going. And this is something that is really interesting because when you look at, and I do want to focus on the Houston Rockets here because looking at a Cam Whitmore, he's shooting lights out. He came in guns blazing, bombs away, could shoot it. But he'll have a great game. 15, 16 points, 17 points. We didn't see it coming. Wow, great contribution off the bench. And he had one rebound. No steals, no assists. And you look at his contribution, you say, okay, you scored. Okay. Didn't do anything else. Okay, you helped us out today. But what happens when Jalen Green is rolling? What happens when Fred VanVleet is rolling? What happens when Alperen Şengün is rolling? We don't necessarily need those 15, 16 points as much. And so who are you going to come in for? Dylan Brooks? Well, he's locking down the other team's best player, and he's still going to get us 12 to 15 points a game. So what can you give the team that goes beyond your scoring? Contrast that with somebody like Thompson, right? He's starting to show some, progress with that jump shot. But he gets major minutes because he does everything else at an elite level. He reads the game. He's where he's supposed to be. He finds guys. He makes the game look easy. He makes it easier for the starters. He makes the starters look good. Last year, when he was drafted in the Summer League and Jabari Smith Jr. was playing alongside of him, all of a sudden, I saw Jabari breaking out alongside Amen Thompson. I said, yo, there's something about their chemistry and the way Amen plays that is helping Jabari Smith Jr. to break out. I don't think it's a coincidence that the increased minutes of Amen Thompson is also coinciding with how well Jabari Smith Jr. I would actually want to get on to Synergy Sports and see how much of Jabari Smith Jr.'s points are coming when Amen Thompson is on the floor as well. But either way, Jabari Smith Jr. has gotten to this point because he has been able to contribute in other areas at a high level. So kudos to him for the hard work. Kudos for him for being coachable, malleable, to be able to figure it out, to stay dedicated and focused so that he doesn't get discouraged about his jump shot. Because you can imagine being a shooter. Look, hey, I played ball my whole life. I've been a shooter since I was in the second grade, right? I was the short kid who was just bombs away, but I also had speed. I was quick. You know what I mean? So I was a short little kid just bombing away. And then you closed out, I was right by you like TJ Ford back in the day, right? Had a late growth spurt, so now I'm 6 feet, right? All this to say is that I understand what it means to have a jump shot and how good it feels, right? When your jumper's not going, it feels weird. It feels like, huh? What's going on? Is it the basket's moving or something? It's like a trick ball. Like it feels weird. This brother's been struggling with his jump shot for his first 2, almost 3 years of his career. That had to have been brutal. Brutal. And yet somehow he remained not only in the starting lineup, but he lasted to this point. Look, he's likely going to keep this up and get himself a near max extension. Literally. Literally. Jabari Smith Jr., when this shot is dropping the way it is, and his improved ability to put the ball on the floor and create for himself, getting to the rim, getting to the mid-range, he is now becoming even more valuable than a Jalen Green. I've been saying this. Amen Thompson is Jalen Green's replacement. As much as we like him, he doesn't do other things. But he's a high draft pick and the organization is committed to him. So they're going to, give him the time he needs. All this to say is that eventually when they start looking at handing out max contracts and how many they can keep, and they're looking at Jalen and looking at Alpi and they're looking at Jabari Smith and they're looking at likely Amen Thompson down the road in a couple of years, Jalen's probably going to be the odd man out. All that's to say is that this breakout from Jabari Smith Jr., when you're seeing what he has been able to put together, this was who we thought he could have been out of Auburn. We thought it was going to happen sooner. If we're all honest, we thought it was going to happen much sooner, but it didn't. It's happening now. And it looks damn good. It looks damn good. This young man, he looks like he's going to end up being one of the more dangerous two-way players in the NBA. In the NBA. He's going to be an all-star if he keeps this up. He might be an all-star this year if he keeps this up. The way the Houston Rockets are rolling and him being such a big part of it. Yeah, he could be an all-star this year. If he's averaging 18 to 20 points a game, he could be looking at a most improved player award. If there's continual injuries throughout the Western Conference, Kevin Durant, right? Kawhi Leonard, Paul George is gone. All of a sudden, there's a lot of positional availability for the all-star game all of a sudden. Jabari Smith Jr. could be knocking on that door. All it's to say is kudos for him. Kudos for him for playing the game the right way to allow himself to get to this point. Shout out to the Houston Rockets, off to a great start. I don't think anybody saw this coming from them. Nobody saw this many guys taking that next step all together. Whether it's Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr. These huge steps from these big-time talents. Look, hey, when it all comes together, you just sit back and you act like you knew it was going to happen all the time. But for most of us, we're just happy to see it finally happen. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Also, drop this video in your group chats and let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all there. Peace.